It's your girl Nautica Cruz for 102.3 Radio Free, KJLH, and KJLHradio.com. Right here sitting next to me, I have Grammy nominated. She is a mother. She is New York Best Author. She's a singer, songwriter, producer, and very hardworking young lady, Miss Faith Evans. Welcome.
Hey Nautica, thank you.
Well, you have a brand new album. Let's show them. It's called Incomparable. It comes out November 24, 2014. And that's what you are. You are incomparable.
I'll take it. I will take
For
it.
those that don't know the definition of incomparable means not suitable for comparison. So she is the most talented young lady that you know that will not be compared to anybody else. You said that this is the reason why you wanted to name the album Incomparable, because you are incomparable.
Well, I don't self-profess that.
Okay.
One of my fans, I have a lot of faithful fans, and I was at this particular event, and this guy was just so super excited and crying and stuff, and I was just like, wow, why are you so happy to meet me? And he was like, you're the incomparable Faith Evans, darling, and just the way he said it, I was like, okay.
And you took
So
it.
I took it
and ran with it.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about Incomparable. It comes out this month. You have some good features. You got Missy Elliott. You have, I know you're working with Keisha Cole on this album as well.
Actually, I did some stuff on
Keisha's album. All right, so Missy is on this album. Who else is on this album?
Matrix artist Sheraya J. She's on the song, the first single, I Deserve It, with Missy. Kiki Wyatt, my sister from R&B Divas. B. Slade and Karen Clark Sheard are on a song called Paradise, and Problem, this single that's out now called Good Time, features Problem.
Okay. Now you kind of you said Miss Clark, which she is a gospel artist as well. How did you take R&B and gospel and combine this with this album?
Well, I was talking to someone the other day, and they kind of reminded me of the fact that every one of my albums has had a inspirational record on it.
True.
And it's not even so much on purpose. That's so much a part of where I come from musically, and who I am. I guess it's just kind of like a subconscious thing. There may have been more than one on an album, before, but actually Karen and I have worked together before. She's actually like my vocal idol. I used to study her growing up. I had the pleasure of recording with her on her first solo record, and I'm also on her new upcoming album. So we just kind of did a swap situation. I was filming with her for their TV show, and in the studio, and she came and blessed me.
So that's one of the benefits of also having the TV show R&B Divas, because you could handpick and work with Nisi, you could work with Kiki, you could work with whoever you want on any project, any given project, which is either on yours or you also as well as them.
Well, I would agree, but to be honest, I would not attribute it to the TV show.
Right.
I certainly have to attribute that to who I am.
Yes.
And that's not so much saying who I am as an artist, but who I am as a person. I have good relationships, and I just know the value in keeping good relationships, and I'm never one to I'm good for doing a favor here and there, or something that otherwise someone else might ask for you to jump through hoops for them to do. You know what I mean? I always know things, they come back to you. It's nice to be nice,
Now, I know that and I know this for real, she is a hard-working mother, very hands-on. And when I say hands-on, I remember once we were at a meeting and she was like, look, Naughty, 4:30, I gotta go. And I know this album took you kind of a long time to make because of the schedule with your children.
Yes, that as well as the fact that actually, had I not the first season of R&B Divas, we kind of made that focus on us making that album.
Yes.
Had I not decided to do that album for the show, that would have been my next solo record. So some of these songs on Incomparable, I had actually started writing or started recording before we even started filming the first season of R&B Divas. But then I kind of put it on hold, which I'm so glad I did, because it totally wouldn't be the album that it is now. This is definitely my best album, hands down.
I saw a video on YouTube, and when you were promoting this album, you were so excited. You were like, this is it. I love this album. It took me, you said that you were, your studio time was not your normal studio time because of the schedule of your children.
The children and the coins.
Yes.
I started recording just before I had a deal in place. So, it was out of my pocket, and I get, again, to good relationships.
Yes.
A lot of studios would hook me up with a rate that, nobody is unheard of. But it would typically be like I got to find out 24 hours before, so I couldn't really plan it. And then if I do find out, then I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be in the studio from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., I got to figure out who's going to be at the house when the little one gets out of school, and But I have a great, a great circle of friends and family. Even though my immediate family is on the East Coast, my friends are like family, so they helped me out, thank God.
I know exactly how you feel. So you're saying this album was a big sacrifice for you?
Definitely was, but it's always worth it.
Yeah.
And I like to say, I know things are so different, in terms of the commercial side of the music business.
Right.
But I really still, I have the same passion for the creative part. Like, I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun, and just to see the product being just so dope. And I don't really pat myself on the back, but I still listen to my album, after all of this time, and I really thoroughly enjoy it, and at the end of the day, who knows how many units you're gonna sell. I don't never measure my success on things like that. I know that my faithfuls are gonna be very satisfied with it, and I'm hoping that, it'll do well, of course, on the charts and, make me some coins. But, thank God I'm blessed to be able to build off of my other talents and gifts and, and still extend on those good relationships, because I'm working on a few different TV projects, reality as well as scripted. So hopefully I'll have a couple of shows on TV within the next year too.
All right, well, make sure you include me in it.
Yes.
I also know that because I was just giving away tickets today, as a matter of fact, you're on tour. You're doing the Bad Boy tour. Faith Evans. You got Carl Thomas. You got Total. Is this just for the season, or is it going to continue on till next year?
Well, actually, it's not a tour. We did do some dates recently on the East Coast. We did 2 dates.
Okay.
But they were actually different promoters than the ones who are doing this show here. This show is a makeup show because they postponed it from a couple of months ago.
Right.
However, there's talk, these promoters do want to try and book a tour, but there's also talk of Puff trying to put together a tour. So, I'm like, no, I haven't heard anything official, but everybody in the industry is telling me they're getting calls. But I gotta, when the coins is right, it's all, we'll work it out.
When the contract is legit,
yes, we will work it out.
That's how I work.
But it would be a lot of fun. These last few shows, because I haven't performed with them in so many years. So it was actually Total, me, Carl, and 112, and the last 2 shows were really, really good. They were really good. So I could totally see it. Although tours aren't doing so well right now, but I think it's really all about, taking the time and promoting it properly and doing the right venues so you can have the right price points for people to be able to come. But it would be a great show.
Now, when this album comes out, Incomparable, that would be November 24, 2014, are you thinking about doing your own tour for 2015? Because the year is almost over.
Well, here's the thing with that. In the past, when I have done a tour, I think the last time was with the First Lady album, I had a someone actually bought into it, which was probably one of Big Bex or somebody like that. Okay. Right now, especially because, first of all, Loud Nation owns everything. And you gotta just get somebody that's willing to invest the money in that, you know what I mean? I can't afford to just take my 12, 13 people on the road and just say we're gonna hit 20 cities. But basically, I have dates lined up, throughout next year. So it's not really conducive so much for me to be gone from home for so long without being able to come back. So I'm cool right now with the weekend dates. But if I got something that was like a 20 city thing and the money made sense and I could schedule it properly so my mom could take off work and be here, I would totally do it.
Well, yeah, because you also have responsibility at home. And I know that motherhood for you comes first.
Yes.
You balance well. You balance career and motherhood very, very well.
I do try, thank you. And you do also.
We try. We're trying to get a check. Is there anything else that you want to add about this album? Something that you want to tell our KJLH listeners about this album? And why should they really get this, besides this being a big sacrifice album for you and it's so passionate?
Well, this is actually my first, I would say, conceptual album, in that there's a whole synopsis that's in the liner notes, so all the album titles form into a story, which is sort of the story of where I was romantically post-divorce.
Okay.
Me starting to see someone, not really thinking it's going to be anything serious, and it developing into that, and kind of all of those ups and downs that go with that, but they're kind of formed into a story by way of my song titles. Okay. Something else that I did different on this project, I made my thank yous into a song. So, you know, it's real nice and different. It's actually really dope. I kicked a little rap verse in there and everything. It's nice though.
I like
It's real
that.
nice.
I like that. Now, last but not least, last question. Are you happy now?
I am very happy, and I'm just happy in knowing that the best is yet to come. You know what I mean? And I'm still actually on the way there, which is an awesome thing. That's an awesome thing.
You always give light and inspiration. That's why I love you so much, because it's not only through your music, it's because you are an actual emotional human being that releases good love.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
We have been with Faith Evans. Make sure you get the album Incomparable, and I'm here with the Incomparable Faith Evans, November 24th.
Faith Evans right here on KJLHradio.com. Make sure you get my new album Incomparable in stores November 24th, 2014. It's available for pre-order online right now. And you can reach me on Twitter at Faith Evans, on Instagram at The Real Faith Evans, and on Facebook, Faith Evans Official.